Hey guys, welcome back for another episode of Wife Life. I missed you guys. I didn't do a Wife Life last week. I did a Transformation Tuesday, so if you haven't seen that, I would check that out. But I'm back with another Wife Life. This week, I want to talk to you guys about the time that I got to my breaking point and I was tired of being the bigger person and for always taking the high road in every argument and disagreement. So, I'll talk to you guys about how and why I got to that point and what I did to get out of it. If you haven't already, you can go ahead and just like this video on faith, because I feel like you're gonna like it and you might as well just go ahead and say you do. Also, you can subscribe to my channel and keep up with all of the videos that I post every week on Wife Life. So, let's just get started. So one day, me and Jonathan were having a petty argument. I don't even remember what it was actually about, but I do know that what made me upset is that we ended up arguing about my motives behind something. Like, he was arguing with me about why I did something. And it was frustrating me because I was telling him my reason, and he was telling me that the reason that I gave for my action wasn't true. And that frustrated me to no end. And we ended the argument by me walking away. I got so frustrated and I was thinking, okay, this is not gonna get resolved. The point that he called me Ryan was like, okay, no, this is done. Cause my name is Baby. My name is Babe. That's about all he calls me. And my name is not Ryan, that's my government. So the moment that you call me by my government, that's how I know, like, all respect is out the window. So yeah, I got up and I walked away. Not only did I walk away, I got dressed, and I decided I'm gonna go to work because I can't with this right now. And I just felt like I needed to leave the situation completely. But that was probably not a good idea because I was driving to work, and the whole time I'm driving, I am having a pep rally with myself. I'm hyping myself up. Like, girl, I cannot believe he did that. I know, right? Does he know who we are? No, girl, he don't know. He don't know. I was going through things that I should have said, things that I could have said, but I didn't say. So I was preparing myself for later. And I was getting frustrated, and this is why I was getting frustrated. I was thinking to myself, okay, I can't believe that he would break all of the rules of engagement when it comes to conflict. If you guys have been following my videos, you've seen my video about fighting fair and all of the rules that we go by when we have a disagreement. And it felt like he threw all of that out the window, like, forget it. And he was just doing his own thing. So I was the only one being polite about the entire situation. I was listening. I was trying to understand before I was trying to be understood. I was giving him the benefit of the doubt. I was staying calm. And he was cutting me off. And he was telling me why I was doing what I was doing. It was just all the wrong things. And I spent the whole ride thinking, why do I even try if the person that I'm trying to talk to isn't using any of the rules? They're doing their own thing. Why am I being polite? I'm expecting a phone call or a text message because I was childish when I left. I didn't say bye. I think I said bye, but there was no hug or kiss. I just left. So I thought, surely I'm gonna get something that's gonna stir up something in his spirit. You feel me? So, I'm driving and I think to myself, okay, I'm not going to fix this time. And I'm not gonna let him off easy. So the whole ride, I'm waiting for him to call me. There was nothing. I think he sent me a text message that said, I love you. And I don't remember. I think I said, love you too. But then I sent a text message that said, let me know when you're ready to talk. I think it was like, let me know when you're ready to talk about what happened. And it was my like passive aggressive way. Or no, it was more so a direct way of letting him know we're not gonna move forward until we talk about this. And his response back was, really? And I said, yes. And then I went to work and I spent a smooth 2 hours going through everything that happened and making myself more upset, more frustrated, really preparing myself for the showdown when I got home. I was telling myself things like, Ryan, you should just be petty too. How about you just go home and spill out everything that you could say, and you know, if we're gonna be the Wild Wild West here, then let's do it. Let's do this thing. So I got home, right? And when I got home, I pulled in and I sat in the car for about 5 minutes, kind of reinforcing everything that I told myself before, because I was worried that I was gonna go inside and my nature was gonna show up and I was gonna be polite and understanding and just try to come to a conclusion and get back to loving each other. I was in the mirror, in the rearview mirror, talking to myself saying, Ryan, this is the time that we put our foot down. So, you know, I walked in the house and I was silent because he's the one that has to initiate the conversation, because I always do. And I was upset. And yeah, can you guys answer this for me? Why is it that when men get frustrated with us, we are supposed to just give them space and apologize and then wait for them to come around? But when we get frustrated with them, they want to tickle us, they want to tell jokes, they want to hug us until we forgive them. They don't just let us stay by ourselves and just fester and be mad and then come around when we feel like it. Why is that? That they want us to just start laughing and get back to everything and be like, I love you, I forgive you. Why? Why are they always in our face? $5 for anyone who can give me the answer to that. I would really appreciate it. Don't actually expect $5. It's not gonna happen. So anyway, back to it. So I get inside, right? And I'm doing the silent treatment. And I want to say I sat back down on the couch and he was like, okay, so what's wrong? And in my mind, based off of my talks with myself on the way home and when I got home, I was going to state facts, right? I was going to be really direct and no emotions and just let him know this is how I feel. I'm not going to take it no more, right? That didn't happen. Like by the end of it, there were tears. And I was trying to do the silent tears without the sniffles, because then that gives it away. That's like, okay, you're definitely crying. So I was trying to hold my sniffle, and then it was like a knee-jerk reaction. I sniffled and it was over. Like I felt all of my power just drain. So after I spilled my heart out to my husband, I told him about how I felt really alone in our conflicts, because I felt as if I was always the one that was being polite, and I was always the reason why we came to a resolution. I was always the first one to apologize, and I was being quiet and trying to understand him and keeping conflicts calm, and I felt like I was by myself in it, and I really had to just let him know. And when I did that, I expected for the conflict to keep going for a while. Like I was ready for a couple of rounds. And it ended really fast. It was a lot of just understanding, and you're right, and I'm gonna try to do better. I'm really working on it. I was like, what do you mean? That's it? So immediately after this, I leave the living room, which is where we usually have our discussions, and I go into my bathroom and I'm thinking, what just happened here? I had everything planned and I feel like I just got steamrolled. And I still have these emotions that are unsettled, that I'm thinking, okay, why is it always me? Why am I always being the bigger person? I still felt like I was tired of doing that. And the thought came to my head, Ryan, why not you? It has to be somebody, right? So that was my first moment of encouragement and really a kick in the butt of, Ryan, like, get over yourself. Chill out, stop complaining. It has to be somebody. Why can't it be you? Why does it have to be him? It really doesn't matter. If you're saying that you want unity, if you're saying that you want conclusions, then does it really matter where it comes from? But I still felt like, okay, I get it, that it has to be somebody, and why not me? But I also still had that feeling of, okay, but I'm tired of it being me. This is still not fair, because when am I gonna see his growth? I feel like I've grown in this area. Why is he getting off and not having to grow in this? If I just give in every time, if I'm always the mediator, if I'm always the level-headed one, then am I getting in the way of him growing and becoming better because I'm always doing it for him? And then immediately I was met with the thought that my husband is not my child. And as much as I would love to treat him like my child and raise him up, he's already raised. He's already grown, and we will grow and we will develop. But my job, my primary job, isn't to train my husband. If I want to train something, then I should get a pet. All I can really do is let him know when something bothers me, and let him know how I feel about it, and then pray and help him along the way as he tries to grow in whatever ways that he allows me to help him. But I can't force him or try to train him without telling him that he's being trained. That's not cool. And to be honest with you guys, if it got to the point where I have to train my husband, I am not going to respect him. I know my personality, and it would be hard for me to honor him in private or in public if I know I made him. Another reality that I had to consider was how many times has my husband overlooked things and was the bigger person without me even realizing it. I'm over here assuming that I'm the only one that's accepting things and trying to keep peace. Maybe he's also accepting things too. I mean, that's kind of hard to believe because, I mean, I'm pretty blameless. So if there's a slight chance that he might actually be being the bigger person in situations that I don't even realize, then maybe I should just give him some allowances and stop thinking that I'm the only one that's really making sacrifices here. And when I really feel frustrated and I have to walk away from a situation, then I walk away to pray. And not to escape, not to run away, but to have some time with God so that I can come back to my husband and figure this thing out, and to be restored and ready to be the person that God has made me. If it's in your nature to be considerate and to take the high road, then don't try to change your nature because you're frustrated and because the other person doesn't have your nature as well. That's why you guys are together. You'll learn a little bit from each other. Maybe you're a little too passive and he's a little too aggressive. Maybe there's not enough give and take. Maybe you just have to learn that, sometimes if it's important enough, you shouldn't just give up so easily. Here's the question. Are you being passive? Or are you being the bigger person? Dang, that's a good question. I'm probably being passive most of the time. So I want to hear from you guys. Have you gotten to the point of feeling like you're tired of being the bigger person? Have you met your breaking point where you feel like I'm doing all the polite things and you're not doing that? Please don't tell me I'm the only one. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for liking and subscribing. You guys are amazing. If you guys have any questions for me, then you can contact me on social media, or my email is in the description, so you guys can write me anytime. I really appreciate and look forward to hearing from you guys. And aside from that, if you have any topics that you want me to cover, let me know that too. But I will check you guys later. Bye. And after he heard me pour my heart out and tell him, like, this is... I know, Charlie. And he even... These are spicy, sweet barbecue chips. Charlie, you want some of these chips? Charlie. Charlie, you want some of these chips? Cool.